So I'm assuming some of you are aware of what exactly is going on with CD Projekt Red and the state that they have put Cyberpunk out, especially on the Xbox One base model and the PS4 base model. And I know it's definitely not running the greatest on the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One X. For the most part, if you're going to be playing these on consoles, definitely make sure you got it on that PS5 and that Xbox Series X, because if you're playing it on any other console besides those, you're not really playing the game. You're going to experience more bugs than anything else. But I want to get into this subject. I want to tell you guys my opinion. But before we get on with the video, definitely hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. You can always subscribe to the channel for weekly content. And don't forget to follow me at Twitter at Lord Addict IOP. All that will be in the description below. Let's go ahead and talk about this Cyberpunk. What's going on, you guys? Gaming Addict here, coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Cyberpunk. We're going to be talking about CD Projekt Red and the state that they released Cyberpunk in. Even if you're playing it on PC, I see a lot of people on Twitter having issues with the PC version of this. And to be honest with you guys, I kind of expected it. Usually when it comes to reviews, if it's done in a shady way, you're going to have a very broken product when it does release. And what I mean by shady is the way CD Projekt Red done the reviews for this game was mind-blowing. Really, they had very few copies out there. I know a lot of YouTubers, especially influencers, that didn't get their hands on this. You know, you got Dreamcast guy didn't get one, you got Skill Up didn't get one, even ACG didn't get one. And these are very dominant reviewers that do have access to a PC version that did not get a review code for it. So that was already a black sign. That was already something that I was eyeballing from the side. But then when the actual reviews do come out, you see all of these issues with, you know, bugs and how the game is running. And this is on PC, you guys, so it's not just on console. A lot of these reviews when it first launched was on PC. Now keep in mind, it was reported multiple times that CD Projekt Red was not giving any console review codes out for the most part, and the individuals that did have that console version, they had it because of mess ups such as Walmart, Best Buy, that was sending out the game early. So that's how they was able to get their hands on it. Now look, this is definitely bad. I said it from the start. When I was seeing those previews and when I was seeing those leaks, the game was looking spooky. The game was looking unoptimized, and it was looking like a total nightmare. And it turned out to be right. I would say this is one of the biggest disappointments in 2020. I know that's really hard to say considering that in the pandemic that we've been in the entire year, every event getting closed left and right. And on top of all of that, we've had all the release dates of games that we've been anticipating, such as Halo Infinite, being pushed back to 2021. So 2020's been a horrible year in terms of some things in the gaming industry, but you know, a lot of people were definitely looking forward to CD Projekt Red, and when the game came out and it's this buggy mess, a lot of people are definitely upset, a lot of people are disappointed, and they have every right to be disappointed. But I do want to point stuff out. It is totally easy to go on Twitter and attack CD Projekt Red. They did some slimy stuff here. This is stuff that they should never have done. They've had plenty of good grace from the entire industry, really, for the majority of the consumers too, because of The Witcher 3. It was such a beloved game and probably the best game this generation. Even though myself didn't really acknowledge that I like that game so much, I can clearly see the quality and the product that is there, and I can see why a lot of people would like Witcher 3. But I felt like since they had those good graces, they did not have to do this. They could have released this game in a couple more months, maybe even give it a whole year delay. But look, hear me out. When it comes to stuff like this, we cannot really attack CD Projekt Red as an entirety. We have to really go after the management. They're the ones that decided that we don't need to give this game any more time in the oven to get all these bugs up. We want that money now. If they didn't want to delay the game again, because if you delay the game again, you're going to start seeing more and more pre-orders get canceled, because I'm sure they saw pre-orders get canceled in the couple times they did delay this game. And so one thing right there is like, look, it's like I said, let's not attack CD Projekt Red as a whole. Let's kind of focus our attention on the higher ups there. Let's really voice our opinion as a community, as the gaming industry, and say, look, we're tired of games like this happening. And let's be real here. This is not the first game that this has happened. There is frequently games come out buggy. games come out that don't work. Games come out that is completely broken. In the gaming industry, and especially the consumers, the people that spend their hard-earned money on these products, we're getting tired of that. It's happening too often. I feel like certain people, or certain devs really, are relying too much on that day one patch that they don't need to delay their game, that they're hoping that they can get all the bugs and stuff fixed and just fix it in that day one patch, and then before you know it, they haven't delayed the game and it's not finished yet, and they only got like 2 or 3 weeks before launch, and then they're like, let's just push it out hot and let's make sure that we fix it after the games came out. And I think that this is one of the only industries that I can really speak on that you can do stuff like that. This is the only industry that you can invest into a product and the game comes out and it doesn't work. When you market a game, when you come out with a game and you show a game to consumers, to people that, you know, your fans in general, because CD Projekt Red had a lot of diehard fans and they're still gonna have diehard fans. For the most part, I see the huge CD Projekt Red fans. They're disappointed in CD Projekt Red, but I don't really see them going anywhere. That's still going to be one of their favorite, if not favorite, developers out there. And I don't really blame them because, you know, Square Enix has messed up Final Fantasy multiple times. And I still come back to that studio every time they release a Final Fantasy. So I understand that concept. But I do feel like we need to start not buying broken games. Look, right now, CD Projekt Red they are allowing you to refund this game. If you bought this on previous gen and you are not satisfied whatsoever, to a point, I feel like if you crash more than twice, maybe even once, if you crash that system one time because you're playing CD Projekt Red on old platforms, go right now to Microsoft, go right now to PlayStation, Steam, refund these games. Stop giving your money to these people that are not taking you for granted. And that's just how it is. These developers, these publishers know you're going to come back regardless, so they can give you a half-baked product, and they know when they make another one, they could just make some kind of apology thread, just like CD Projekt Red did, apologizing, saying that they shouldn't have done it, and they begging for your forgiveness. Now, I don't think that this is the one and done thing for CD Projekt Red. I do think they got caught in some red tape, and I think they got put into position where it's either like, look, we have to either let our fans down or let our investors down. And the fans aren't paying the bills, the investors are. They want their money back. I think they're a privately owned company. I don't know exactly how that goes, but we don't really know what's going on financially with CD Projekt Red, so I can't really speak too much into that. But when it comes down to it, money is going to be the end all be all. People will do some slimy stuff for money, and it looks like CD Projekt Red has low-key robbed a lot of people of the experience of playing Cyberpunk not broken for their first time. It's like I said, the majority of this is going to get fixed probably in the next couple months. And you know, I do understand if you want to keep your car up and you just want to wait for it because you do enjoy the game. It's like I said on Twitter, it is okay to not like what CD Projekt Red is doing and the practices that they participated in to sell you Cyberpunk, but still like Cyberpunk. There's one more thing that I want to touch up briefly. I do think that 75% of the issue came from Cyberpunk. They blatantly lied to their consumers, but I do want to throw some glances at Microsoft and PlayStation. They go through certification. They knew this game was broken, you guys. We can't put 100% blame on Cyberpunk. They are definitely slimy, but we got to really look at Microsoft and PlayStation because they had access to the information. They could have told them, look, this didn't make certification. We need this game to run better. They didn't say nothing because they want that money just as much as Cyberpunk does. They want to be able to get that 20%, that 30%, whatever percentage that they would work out to get from the Cyberpunk sales. They want that just as much as Cyberpunk done. And I'm blaming them all. Now, obviously, I'm going to blame CD Projekt Red way more than I blame the platforms that sold this game. But I do think the platforms that sold this game have a lot more power than they think or let on. They could easily tell these companies, look, your game's not working and it's not functioning correctly on our platforms. It's turning some of our consoles off. So we want a better product before we just go out and give you access to the millions of fans that have bought our product, that actually rely on us and know our judgment is good, and make sure that we're not going to give them a broken product. But that's just my opinion. I do think that some of the blame is on Xbox, on PlayStation, and even Steam, because I do think that they could have easily have shut this down and we could have got a good product if they would have all came together and said, we're not going to sell your product until it's fixed, until it's running correctly on our platforms. But that's just me. But anyway, you guys, tell me what you guys think. Do you think that I'm overreacting in this? I do feel like I kind of sympathize with CD Projekt Red a little bit when it comes to, you know, the business aspect of this. But at the same time, it's like, look, you guys, we got to start cracking down on these people. Maybe if we don't crack down on CD Projekt Red, we got to really start cracking down on these busted games, these broken games. And we got to make sure that the industry, all the developers, all the publishers know we will not stand for this. But definitely put that in the comment section below. This is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.